Hi there! This is the all-new 55-inch Xiaomi FX Pro Series QLED TV. It's running Amazon's much-loved Fire TV OS. Earlier, Redmi had launched their 32-inch and 43-inch Fire TVs, which also, by the way, we had reviewed. If you want to watch those videos, you can click the card up here. You'll also find the links in the description. Now finally, we have a 55-inch QLED TV with the Fire TV OS, which I'm sure a lot of you were waiting for. Personally, I'm a huge fan of this OS. I find it a lot more optimized and easy to use compared to Android/Google TV OS. Also, Xiaomi has gone full throttle with this FX Pro series when it comes to features. We get the Filmmaker mode, then there's also native Apple AirPlay, we get MEMC on board, and my favorite, built-in Alexa. It's super handy. However, it's not perfect. I've been using this TV for over a week. Let me share everything in detail, the good, the not so good, so you can decide if you should buy the Xiaomi FX Pro QLED TV or not. Let's start with a quick unboxing. So here is the retail packaging, Xiaomi Fire TV branding on the top, FX Pro QLED TV written in the center. At the bottom you can see some of the supported apps and features. It also comes with Game Boost, MEMC and more. On the side you can see it's made in India, you can see the contents of the box, the model number and the MRP of 69,999. But don't worry, you can get this for a lot lesser. I've said this in every smart TV video and I'll say it again. Do not unbox this TV on your own because that could void the warranty. Xiaomi clearly mentions it on the box as well. A technician will be sent to your doorstep, who will unbox it and set it up for you at no extra cost. So inside the box is the TV itself. Then we have some paperwork that includes the TV's installation guide, 2 plastic stands, matte finish, black in color. The quality is really nice. At the bottom you can spot the rubber, which should provide a good grip on the table. 4 screws to fix those stands. Then you have the power cord, 2 AAA batteries for the remote, and finally the all-new Xiaomi TV remote. Basically, we saw this remote introduced with the previous X Pro series. It's really nice, compact, slim, very easy to use. Right on the top here, you can spot the power button. You have the mic button, which can also enable and trigger Alexa. Then you have the numbers. Then you have shortcut keys for Prime videos, Netflix, Amazon Music, apps, internet, and live TV. Then you have the D-pad for navigation, back button, home button, option button, volume up and down button. Finally, we have the mute button as well and the channel up and down. Some more keys which are going to be helpful in the future. It's a really nice, compact, and easy to use remote. Xiaomi doesn't include the wall mount in the packaging. So just in case you plan to wall mount the TV, please tell the installation guy in advance to bring the wall mount bracket. Also keep in mind, the installation is free, but the wall mount is chargeable. So we have fixed the stands and table mount the TV. You can see it has this cardboard on the front to prevent the display from any kind of damage during transportation. Then there is also a plastic film in the front as added protection. Let's remove this as well. Wow, so satisfying. Alright, finally removed it. And I must say, it comes in a very clean minimalistic design. Ultra slim bezels that you can barely see unless you look closely. By the way, the frame comes in a matte finish and is also built of metal. Looks sleek and premium. The lower bezel is also quite slim. You can spot the Xiaomi branding right in the center. On the extreme right is the Fire TV logo. The stands are black in color, matte finish, but the build is plastic. They are solid and provide a really good grip on the table. Personally, I would have preferred if they were made of metal too. It just looks more classy. Then here are the dimensions of the 55-inch variant. Might be helpful for those who are thinking to buy this big TV but have space constraints. Moving to the back. Again, this is all metal. Very nice and clean. Power port on the left, while all the other ports are on the right for easy access. Starting from the top, we have an optical port for digital audio. We have a headphone jack, AV input, 3 HDMI ports, dual USB-A ports, Ethernet and antenna. So firstly, not a fan of dual USB-A ports. It can get very cluttered, especially if you're trying to plug in 2 pen drives at the same time. I know it's a very unusual scenario, but still, separate would always be better. Then we get an AV input on this TV, but surprisingly, there's no AV adapter. I don't know why, but that's worth mentioning. However, not many people are using that port, so I don't see that as a con. The good part is all HDMI ports are HDMI 2.1. Faster transfer speeds are always a plus. An HDMI 2 port supports eARC, so you can connect it to ARC supported soundbars for digital audio output. Here's a quick look at the specifications. So you get a 4K QLED display that can produce over 1 billion colors. This is a VA panel with 60Hz native refresh rate, 2 GB RAM with 32 GB internal storage, We get Filmmaker mode and HDR10 support, Apple AirPlay and Miracast support, built-in Alexa, 34-watt sound output with DTS Virtual X, and is running Fire TV OS. Alright, let's talk about the display. So Xiaomi has tuned their QLED TVs extremely well. Images don't look saturated, but they still have a burst of vividness to them. Perfectly balanced, I would say. They do lean more towards warmer tones, which are very pleasing to the eyes. This is a 4K HDR video and it looks absolutely stunning. It preserves all the details with impressive color reproduction. As usual, Xiaomi doesn't reveal its brightness levels, but I can confidently say it's more than adequate. Lately, we have been watching a lot of HDR content and it truly shines. I can ballpark the brightness somewhere around 400 nits. When it comes to viewing angles, VA panels are known to be notorious. It's still pretty good here. There is a slight shift in color and tones, but almost negligible. This is something you won't notice unless you're pixel peeping. Talking about the blacks, QLED TVs have known to have impressive contrast levels, and the FX Pro series doesn't disappoint. Deep blacks with bright details in the same frame. Really good. Here is a dark scene from the movie The Dark Knight. Perfect demo to show you the capabilities of this panel. You can see every detail here. Movie scenes like these are going to be super impressive. Then we also ran a quick blooming test to check for light bleeds. We might have seen slight trails at times, but definitely no light bleeding issues at all. The panel quality on this device is top notch. So we also get the Filmmaker mode here. For those who don't know, it tunes the video watching experience as the filmmaker intended it to be seen. It adjusts the colors and tones perfectly. Only a handful of TV brands support this feature and now Xiaomi is on that list. Just to show you, here's a movie playing in the standard mode without Filmmaker mode turned on. It's so much more glossy, it's bright and very colorful. It might look nice, but this is not how the Filmmaker intended it to be seen. So now let's go into the settings and enable Filmmaker mode. There you go. Now with Filmmaker mode enabled, it changes the colors and hues to give you the theater-like experience. Frankly, it's very hard to show this feature in a video recording, but it actually makes for a far better movie watching experience in reality. The FX Pro also supports Auto Filmmaker mode, which can be turned on from the settings. It's very helpful if you only watch movies on your TV. However, my suggestion is to keep this feature turned off because it's not something you want while streaming regular content. But it's good to know they have an option here. Then it also comes with MEMC, which provides smooth frames while watching sports content and documentaries, especially in a time where IPL is around the corner. It makes for a far better viewing experience. Then we also watched a lot of live TVs using a set-top box. Xiaomi's 4K upscaling was really good. Every pixel is crisp and clear. Even the smallest text was easily readable. For someone who watches a lot of content using their set-top box, the FX Pro series will definitely impress you with its upscaling quality. Let's have a quick look at the OS and the user experience. So we see a very familiar Fire TV OS, something we've seen on the Fire TV Cube, Fire TV Stick, and now we have it on the Xiaomi TV as well, on the biggest Xiaomi TV actually. So here you can see all the apps here. First, obviously, you can also have profiles, you can have your names of people who want to use it. Then you have inputs, you can bookmark your stuff, you can search for stuff, come back to the home page. Then you have the pre-installed apps like Netflix, Prime Videos, YouTube, Sony Live, MX Player, and there's an app store here. If you go in further inside, so from here you can download tons and tons of apps and games. Check that out. Everything you want to think of is going to be here, so don't worry about that. Further down, obviously, there are also games that you can download from here. Huge collection of games as well. Then of course at the bottom, if you come to the home page here, you can see some recommended content, continue watching, next for you, app store, recommended free movies, Netflix recommends, top games. There's a huge list of content, and I must say Fire TV OS is probably one of the most well optimized TV interfaces I've ever seen. It flows like silk. Coming to the settings here, you can see input, notifications, profiles, accounts and profile settings, network. You have display and audio settings here, applications, equipment control, live TV, remotes and Bluetooth devices. You can connect Bluetooth devices from here, accessibility, device and software updates, sleep timer, Alexa built-in, which obviously is going to be there, a part of Fire TV, which is amazing. Another thing to add, if you're a Prime Videos fan, the experience on this Fire TV will be absolutely next level. And that's because they belong to the same family. Extremely well optimized compared to on any other TV platform. Let's play something too. Content plays instantly and looks awesome. Fire TV OS is one of my favorite smart TV OS. I like that you can make profiles, it's easy to use, and everything works really well. Even someone who hasn't used a smart TV before will be able to navigate without any help. However, unlike other Xiaomi TVs that come with patchwork, this one doesn't. But I don't see that as a con because you probably won't need it as Fire TV OS is very interactive itself. But just letting you know before you consider it. Alright, let's talk about the apps. So we first tested the popular Netflix app. It's overall very smooth. There is no Dolby Vision support here, but yes, we do get HDR10. Lots of HDR10 content on Netflix and you can spot the logo on some of the supported content. Let's play it. There you go. It's nice, bright, crisp and looks absolutely stunning. It will be a delight to watch on this big screen. Then we also tested the most used app on any smart TV, YouTube. Here too we played 4K 60 FPS videos and it played flawlessly without any lag or stutter. You're gonna enjoy streaming content here without any hiccups. Talking about mirroring. Well, first we get native Apple AirPlay support, so you can mirror all your Apple devices like an iPad, iPhone or even your MacBook to the TV. We mirrored our iPhone, make sure that the TV and the phone are on the same Wi-Fi network. The overall experience was pretty good. There was a slight noticeable delay, which I think is fine. You can share images and videos from your phone's gallery on the big screen. I think it's so cool. Android phone owners, don't be disappointed. We have Miracast on board. We mirrored our Android phone as well. Very similar experience. A slight delay was noticed and it's still very much usable. Similarly, you can share your videos and images from your phone's gallery as well. The biggest treat for me with the Fire TV OS is having built-in Alexa. It's a smart voice assistant, just like Google Assistant. So you can press this button right here and ask it for the weather. What's the weather in Mumbai? What's the height of the Eiffel Tower? There you go. And finally, play Friends from Netflix. There it is. Plus, if you have Alexa controlled smart home devices, you can control them from the remote as well. Check this out. Turn off the smart bulb. There you go. Turn on the smart bulb. There it is. It's just amazing. Let's talk about gaming. So firstly, there is a huge collection of games that you can download from the games section. We downloaded Crossy Road. Well, it's a pretty basic game and worked really well. Frankly, it's fun for casual gaming. But if you're into serious gaming like PS5, then too, this TV will do the job for you. It supports auto low latency mode along with 120Hz game boost feature. We connected our PS5 and played my favorite Uncharted. Wow, that is just flawless. The response is absolutely amazing. Even though we don't have VRR support, the game works really well. However, keep in mind this is only 60Hz native refresh rate. It's only game boost with 120Hz. The colors, the clarity and the smoothness truly make it a delight for console gaming, especially for a QLED TV at this price. I can assure you, you're gonna love it. Coming to the audio. So this FX Pro QLED TV comes with 34-watt sound output with DTS Virtual X. Time for a quick demo.
CIA Black Vault break-in. Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him.
So now the DTS surround is not turned on. Still it sounds so good. But now as you go into the sound settings and enable DTS Virtual X and sound clarity, let's see the difference.
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised.
Oh man, that was truly impressive. With DTS Virtual X, it actually creates a cinema-like sound experience. I must say, Xiaomi tunes their audio on smart TVs really well. Good job there. Alright, final thoughts. So, Xiaomi's FX Pro series offers impressive set of features without burning a hole in your pocket. You get Filmmaker mode on board, you get Apple AirPlay support, you get DTS Virtual X and the amazing Fire TV OS. Yes, it does cut some corners by not including Dolby Vision and Atmos, but that's why it's also priced lesser than the X Pro series that came with Dolby Vision, patch wall and Google TV OS. If that's the TV of your preference, I'll recommend you to watch the review video for that as well. You'll find the link here and the link below in the description. But this one is truly worth its buck for the features it's offering. Talking about the price, the FX Pro series is available in two sizes, 55-inch for $39,999 and 43-inch for $27,999. Both are 4K TVs. I'll share the links of both these TVs below in the description. If you'd like to buy one or both of them, you should definitely check it out. So I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.